My name's Ian and I'm going to be walking you through my 5 major project presentation today. So, at the start of the project, when we were coming up with ideas, I had thought of several and kind of, however, I thought of several potential ideas and ones that I wanted to make personally, and I tried to kind of develop them and analyse how they would work and whether they'd be good to develop in the current time frame that I have. So the first one is a third-person fighting game in the style of kind of Batman Arkham Asylum, kind of that 3D brawler. But I wanted to, instead of having human characters, I thought we could use like anthropomorphic animals. So stuff like a tiger on some legs or whatever, make it interesting. So instead of kind of mundane punches and kicks, you could do stuff with like kind of the creature's tail or horns or whatever. Depending on the creature used, you could get some real interesting spectacle out of kind of how everything looks. So I could do a lot with it because it's because it's anthropomorphic. You can go with whatever you want. So you can it doesn't have to be realistic. So it can be a lot of fun instead of just kind of gritty realism. And it would also kind of have a unique sort of aesthetic. The second one is a 2D platformer, kind of in the style of Mario. But the problem is with this one is that these have been around since around the start of home console gaming. So that's like nearly 30 years, in fact probably nearly 40 now. There are a lot of them, so doing that would be very hard to get it done well, first of all, and in a unique way because all the ideas have been messed with at this point, so it's quite a hard one to do. But I try and find some sort of interesting way to use different mechanics, like for example gravity shifting or teleporting around the screen. My third idea was a 3D exploration game, kind of like a walking simulator, like Firewatch is probably the most notable one. There aren't many of them out there, although they have been gaining popularity recently. So I think it would be easier to kind of do my own thing, be more distinguished within this area, because there aren't many. And because it doesn't have a kind of set rule, I can do whatever I want with it. I can make it something about space or an alien planet or whatever, so I can go kind of crazy with it again. But in other walking simulators, they have like sections that are other than mechanics that takes the focus away from the main point, and kind of because they're not executed as well as what the main point was. If they focus more on the main point, it could have been even better. So I'm just going to have the one objective. There's only going to be one objective, and all the gameplay feeds into getting that objective. There's no mini games or other kind of different gameplay styles, so I can focus on the one thing and make it as good as possible. I also had a thought of a 2-player racing game, but again, because these have been out for quite a while, and they're also quite. These do have a normal set of rules-ish. You gotta have some kind of wacky power-up. You gotta have a bunch of races. You gotta have interesting courses and a couple of gimmicks to keep it interesting, instead of just going around the course the entire time. Which unfortunately means that a lot of the gimmicks have been used, so it would also be quite hard to become original with any of these. But it could work if I found the right combination of power-ups and gimmicks within the levels to keep it interesting. I also had the idea of a kind of, it's an interesting one. It's like Top Gear when they challenge free runners to do their thing while they race to the same point in the car. I thought I could turn that into a game, which I don't think has been done necessarily in that way before. So it would be kind of an original idea. It would be interesting to people who like trying out new stuff. The only problem is that it would be quite hard to develop AI for the. If I wanted to present the player with a choice of what mode of transport they could use, it would be quite hard to program both different methods of AI within the short time frame. So I kind of have to work with one and make it a bit more simple for this kind of project. And I also was thinking of kind of a 2D Street Fighter game. The problem, there's pros and cons to this idea, because the only way you can make it original is to have a unique special mechanic. Like, for example, in Dead or Alive 5, when you reach half health, you gain a one-hit super move. So when it hits, you can't use it anymore, but it does a hell of a lot of damage. So I needed to come up with something unique and interesting there.
Okay, great. So yeah, let's see the idea then. Because if you're going through that part then, you show you have very good knowledge of gameplay styles.
Yeah.
Okay. So 3D exploration.
I chose this one because I think it's an amazing idea. It's simple. It's simple to the point where if you focus on the aspects of it that you want to get right, you can make something really good from it. So it's doable within my time constraints. I have fun making it. It's an interesting idea, I think, and it won't necessarily be too difficult to accomplish.
Good.
So at that point I had to come up with some mood boards for kind of the idea that I wanted to come across. So the first image right here is actually a shot from the movie Labyrinth with David Bowie. Just kind of showing the actual maze itself, which is really big. I kind of like the stone kind of design, but I don't think I'd make a maze on this scale because it's way too tiny.
So, I mean, what would be really good for you to explore in terms of the context is mazes, labyrinths and all have a very feature in a lot of mythology.
Yeah.
And these kind of mythology and the maze can also be metaphors for other things in maybe human psychology or and so I think in terms of context, what I wanted to do is on your blog a little page about why mazes are in our culture. Why are they an important feature?
Yeah. Okay.
Going back to the labyrinth, the Minotaur, going from Greek mythology. There's mazes in Celtic mythology, Norse mythology, and even up to the stately homes of the Victorian and Elizabethan and Georgian era, where they would build mazes out of hedges. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
So why is that? Why I wanted to research, so I'm going to write this down on your feedback.
Yeah.
And we need to do a page on your blog about why mazes feature in our culture, going back to like the ancient Greek mythology and finding any other sort of connections with Is that okay?
Yeah, no, it's fine. That actually sounds quite fun.
Okay, good.
I chose the second picture here as part of the mood board because it showcases the fact that mazes don't have to be circular or square. They can be very interesting shapes. They can have very weird designs like that one shaped like a guitar, for example.
Yeah.
I think that's a real maze, but I think it's like a painting or Photoshop or something. So I kind of wanted some wacky designs there as well. I chose this one because it's just a really nice drawing, but it's made by, I can't remember the name, but he's art director at Bungie, who in 2013 was named by Kotaku as, I think, the greatest art director in the games industry. So he's got a lot of
That's good.
notoriety behind it, I guess. I included the blue beam because in my idea the only goal is to get out of the maze, and it's going to be indicated by a blue beam, but because of the kind of height of the maze and kind of the design of it, it's going to be hard to follow at times. So I kind of built some mechanics around that to have the blue beam be a prominent thing for me to see and be able to find at some points.
Good.
In my game, I have kind of a very basic kind of scene setup, I guess, for the kind of scenario that you're in. And basically, you enter this maze with a friend, you get separated, you're right. The goal is to get to the beacon where you agree to meet up with your friend, and they'll be waiting for you at the end. So I thought about kind of how I...
So when you said it's going to be a 3D exploration, what would the player's viewpoint be?
First person.
First person.
Yeah. It's going to be a minimalistic style as well, kind of flat and low poly stuff, kind of a mix of both.
Yeah, okay. Because I noticed you're designing a character under.
Yeah.
Right, great.
But no, I wanted to